Hey guys, and welcome back to another Mythic Legions Kitbash video. This time I wonder what would happen if we kitbash the Lord Bushotee / Pelvicus figure with a Vallak. So that's what we have here. I've got my Lord Bushotee all set up. I've got my Vallak. It hasn't got the head because I can't find the head because I don't use it as a Vallak. And I knew for the kitbash I wouldn't anyway, but what I have grabbed are these that come with the Vallak. So I have my trusty cup of hot water. Now it is easier to use a hairdryer, and I would recommend using a hairdryer. I unfortunately don't have one. It's an investment I need to get, and I never remember until I come to do one of these videos, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had a hairdryer. So we are going to break down these figures into their pieces, and then we will continue from there. So to break them down, it's nice and easy. We're just going to submerge them in hot water for a little bit, just so the plastic gets a little bit, not loose, but soft. Take them apart, and then we'll decide what pieces we want from there. So give me 1 second. Okay, so these are both the figures broken down. As you can see, this isn't a full breakdown because there are small things like you could take the hands out, which you can see here, or we could take his neck peg off, that sort of thing. You can also take these little belt bits off of the actual, like bottom of the torsos. I don't want to do a full breakdown because there's a few pieces I want to leave together. For example, the neck peg, the belts now I want to leave like that. I'm not too worried. So how we're going to start, we're going to take away all the parts we're not going to need. Now, I am thinking for this, we will keep the Vallak torso. So we're going to keep this. I think that's going to be our base. Now, I was wondering, because that's obviously the Vallak body, but I do think interchanging them does work quite well. Obviously, it's not quite the same because this is akin to the Kratos. You then also obviously got the Vallak. You then also have the more like wooden slat armour, if I can just get that, which is akin to Lord Bardrick. So, while they don't match per se, I do think if you wanted to, you could interchange these, and they do work. I don't think they quite work for me, but I do think these do work. I don't think there's any reason you couldn't swatch these out. Especially with the little dots, they are quite similar, especially being the same colour as well. I think this is a look you could quite easily and happily use. But for me, I'm going to stick with the Vallak body. I think that's where we need to be. So that means we can get rid of the Bushotee body. Next, I feel like we should have the armoured arms. So we're going to keep armoured arms. So we can get rid of Vallak's cloth ones. We're going to do the same with the legs, so I want to get rid of them. So now we have arms, we've got the neck, got these. We put our pieces that we're going to use in the middle, like a Frankenstein's monster, akin to this. Next, we need to decide if we're going to use leather gloves or armoured gloves. I quite feel like I want to use the leather ones, you know. Feel like I want to have the shiny black. And maybe the armoured feet. Like such. We're going to definitely keep that for there. So yeah, let's try this. We can always switch the hands out if I'm unhappy with them. But that is the start. The head, we're going to use the Macarian head, I think. Then we also have a choice of cape. We've got the red one if we want to use a cape at all. Or we've got Vallak's one. Pauldrons wise, they actually come with the same pauldrons, which are just here. So they are also an option. So we're going to have a little play around. I'm going to put this together and we'll see what we come up with. So I'll be back in a second. In fact, instead of being back in a second, we're going to piece it together on the camera, because why not? So if you've never seen a Mythic Legion figure be put together, the loincloth just slips into the little hole you get just in the connector here. So this is where the thighs sit, and then it's just slots in here. You then have the bottom of your torso, whichever way it comes. This just pops over here. And obviously, not all figures are the same. This one looks like this, but for example, if we take a Goblin Legion builder, it's not quite the same. It's very much like side armour, but it's the same sort of thing. And as you can see, my little fabric bit popped out. So we'll just push that back in quick. There we go. Mythic Legions are so easy to sort of put together. The torso just pegs in. They do have a very large peg, which is very easy to do. I find the newer torsos from the Olivia wave, they do just pop off very, very easy. I think I mentioned this in one of my reviews, but they do pop in and out. A bit too easy for my liking. And upon reflection, I don't know if I like this already. I'm wondering if it'd be better if we did the fabric piece that came in Vallak. We can test that in a second. Next up, we're going to do the arms. So, again, they just slot into here, like such. My figure's still nice and warm. Nice big hole here. Nice and easy plug. See what I mean? Torso's already popped off. Put that down for a minute. Hands are one of the trickier parts I find. The trickiest part I always feel are the feet. Feet are the bane of my existence with these figures. The hands, the peg is huge, so is the hole. And these do just slip on. I find it easier to just sort of like diagonal them. And then squeeze in like that. Just be careful that the arm doesn't bend to a right angle from the bending up, because that does happen. And there you go. In just like that. Obviously, the warmer the plastic, the easier all this is to do. Put the other one in. Same theory. You just want to get it at an angle. Force it in. I'm going to warm this up a little bit. You might be a case of you do have to keep heating the plastic. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you do, plastic does cool a little quick. This way hairdryer is easier, but then see how easy that popped on? Just one of those things you sort of have to take with a grain, you know? Just flip that round. There we go. Right, that is the baseline. Feet, as I was saying, are the bane of my existence. I am going to warm these up because they are a nightmare. Okay, feet are nice and warm. So, I believe this goes on the outside leg. For example, that will squeeze in here like this. And then, same thing, just a nice little pop. Like such. This is so much easier to do when the figures are warm. Can take this off, just 'cause it's a little fiddly to get these on. And we're going to whack it in like this. Okay, now as I was saying, I don't know if I'm happy with this piece here. I don't think it quite matches the torso. So we're going to steal this one from Vallak, pop that in, see how it looks now. Yeah, I think that's much better. Much, much better. Yeah, I instantly prefer that already. We're then going to pop this in. Like such. Got our Macarian head. I think this is the one I want to do. I definitely don't want to use the Vallak. We have got the Pelvicus head. But I think I want to go Macarian. I think that's the option. That wax on. There. And that's how you put a Mythic Legion together. We've done pauldrons before, so I'm going to put those in quick. Going to get set up, and we'll go from there. And this is how he looks at the end. And I actually really, really, really like this look. I think this works really, really well. But I did have the theory. I want to see what it looks like with the purple. So, and this is what it looks like with the purple. And I think this is the one. I need to fix the sort of cloak across the neck. But I think this is the look. This is just a throwaway idea, and now I feel like I need to buy two of them because I really want to keep this as it is. But yeah, if you want to kitbash a Pelvicus and a Vallak, this could be an option for you. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please drop me a like, helps me amazingly. If you're new and you're not subscribed but you'd like to, that'd also be amazing. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.